The world of trading often appears to be a numbers game. Charts, indicators, and financial news dominate the discussion. Many aspiring traders spend countless hours, and indeed, lakhs of rupees, trying to find the perfect technical strategy or the ultimate trading system. They believe that success lies purely in analytical skill and market knowledge. However, this is only one part of the complex puzzle. There is another, far more influential force at play, an unseen architect that quietly designs the outcomes of your trading endeavors. This architect is none other than your own mind, your trading psychology. It dictates how you interpret market information and, crucially, how you act upon it. Understanding the profound impact of psychology in trading is the first, and perhaps most critical step towards consistent profitability. You can have the most sophisticated trading plan in the world, but if your mind is plagued by fear, greed, or impatience, that plan will invariably crumble under pressure. The financial markets are, in essence, a vast arena where human emotions collide. These emotions, when unchecked, lead to irrational decisions, impulsive actions, and ultimately, significant financial losses. Recognizing that you are not just battling the market but also your own internal tendencies is absolutely fundamental for any serious trader. This realization shifts the focus from solely external factors to internal self-mastery. Consider this. Two traders are given the exact same trading system, one that has been historically profitable. One trader follows the system diligently, executes trades without hesitation when signals appear, and manages risk according to the plan. The other trader, despite having the same information, second-guesses the signals, hesitates due to fear of loss, or perhaps overtrades due to greed after a few wins. The outcomes for these two traders will be vastly different, not because of the system, but because of their psychological responses. The market simply provides a neutral stream of information. It is our mind that colors this information with emotional biases, leading to divergent actions. Therefore, mastering trading psychology is not just an optional add-on, it is the very bedrock of sustainable success. It involves developing self-awareness to recognize your emotional triggers and cognitive biases. It means cultivating discipline to stick to your trading plan, even when your emotions are screaming at you to do otherwise. It requires building resilience to bounce back from losses without letting them derail your strategy or confidence. In the dynamic and often volatile environment of the financial markets, your mindset is your greatest asset or your most formidable liability. Choosing to actively work on your trading psychology is choosing the path towards becoming a more composed, consistent, and ultimately successful trader. Fear is perhaps the most primal and potent emotion that traders grapple with daily. It can manifest in numerous ways, each with the power to significantly undermine trading performance and cloud judgment. One common manifestation is the fear of loss, often termed loss aversion. This fear can make a trader hesitant to enter a perfectly valid trade setup, causing them to miss out on potential profits simply because the thought of losing money is too overwhelming. They might wait for extra confirmation, by which time the optimal entry point has long passed. This hesitation disrupts the systematic application of a trading strategy, leading to inconsistent results and a lot of frustration for the trader. Another way fear shows its ugly head is by compelling traders to exit winning trades too early. Imagine a trade is moving in your favor, according to your analysis. However, as soon as a small profit appears, the fear that the market will reverse and wipe out this gain becomes intense. This fear pushes the trader to snatch the small profit, even though their strategy might have indicated a much larger potential target. Consequently, their winning trades are small, while they might let losing trades run, hoping for a turnaround due to a different kind of fear, the fear of realizing a loss. This imbalance between the size of average wins and average losses is a classic recipe for long-term failure. Fear can also lead to analysis paralysis. A trader consumed by fear might spend an excessive amount of time analyzing charts, seeking the perfect risk-free trade, which of course does not exist in the real world of markets. They might jump from one indicator to another, hoping to find something that guarantees success, all the while becoming more confused and less confident. This endless search for certainty in an inherently uncertain environment is a direct consequence of fear controlling the decision-making process. The trader becomes frozen, unable to act, and the market moves on without them, leaving them behind with their anxieties. They are simply too scared to pull the trigger. Furthermore, the fear of missing out, commonly known as FOMO, is another destructive force. When a trader sees a stock or asset making a rapid move upwards, the fear of being left behind can trigger impulsive buying at a very high price, often just as the momentum is about to fade. This is not a decision based on a sound strategy or careful analysis, but purely an emotional reaction, driven by the fear of not participating in a perceived opportunity. Such trades are typically high risk and low reward, often leading to swift losses when the market corrects. Overcoming these various forms of fear is absolutely essential for any trader aspiring for consistency. Just as fear can paralyze, greed can make a trader recklessly bold, pushing them to take unwarranted risks in pursuit of ever larger profits. Greed often surfaces after a string of successful trades. The trader starts feeling invincible, believing they have cracked the market. This overconfidence, fueled by greed, leads them to increase their position sizes beyond sensible risk management rules. They might start aiming for unrealistic profit targets, holding on to winning trades for too long, hoping to squeeze every last paisa out of the move, only to see the market reverse and wipe out their accumulated gains, and sometimes even more. This is a common story for many. The siren song of greed can also manifest as revenge trading after a loss, although this also has elements of anger and frustration. However, the underlying drive is often a greedy desire to quickly recoup the lost capital, and then some. A trader stung by a loss might immediately jump back into the market, taking a larger, riskier trade without proper analysis, desperate to make back the money. This is rarely a rational decision, it's an emotional outburst, driven by the greedy impulse to erase the setback instantly. Such actions almost invariably lead to further, often more substantial losses, creating a vicious cycle of financial and emotional damage that is hard to break. Greed can also encourage traders to overtrade. This means taking too many trades, often on suboptimal setups, simply because they want to be constantly in action, chasing every minor fluctuation in the hope of accumulating profits rapidly. They might feel that if they are not trading, they are missing out on potential earnings. This hyperactivity, however, usually results in increased transaction costs due to brokerage and taxes, and exposure to more marginal, low-probability trades. The quality of decision-making deteriorates when trading frequency is driven by greed rather than by genuine, well-analyzed opportunities presented by the market. It's like a gambler pulling the slot machine lever again and again. Ultimately, greed distorts a trader's perception of risk and reward. It makes them focus excessively on the potential reward while downplaying or ignoring the inherent risks involved in any trade. A sound trading plan always balances these two aspects, but when greed takes over, this balance is lost. Traders might abandon their stop-loss orders, convinced the market will turn in their favor, or add to losing positions, a disastrous strategy known as averaging down in a falling market. The pursuit of more under the influence of greed paradoxically leads to less capital, less confidence, and less peace of mind. Managing this powerful emotion is as crucial as managing fear. Beyond the prominent twin demons of fear and greed, a trader's mind is a veritable maze filled with other psychological hurdles that can impede success. One such common pitfall is overconfidence. After a series of winning trades, it is natural to feel good about one's abilities. However, this can quickly escalate into a sense of invincibility, where the trader believes they can do no wrong. This overconfidence often leads to neglecting risk management rules, taking excessively large positions, or trading without proper due diligence. The market has a humbling way of dealing with such hubris, often delivering a sharp, unexpected loss that brings the trader crashing back to reality, feeling quite foolish. Another significant challenge is confirmation bias. This is the tendency to seek out, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms or supports one's pre-existing beliefs or hypotheses. In trading, this means a trader might look for news articles, analyst opinions, or chart patterns that support their decision to buy a particular stock, while unconsciously ignoring or downplaying any information that contradicts their view. This selective perception can lead to poor decision-making as the trader is not seeing the full objective picture of the market. They are essentially living in an echo chamber of their own making, which is very dangerous. Impatience is yet another common enemy of the trader. The market moves at its own pace, and profitable trading opportunities do not appear every minute or every hour. However, many traders, especially those new to the field, feel the need to be constantly active, to always be doing something. This impatience leads them to force trades on suboptimal setups, simply because they cannot bear the perceived boredom of waiting for a high probability opportunity to materialize according to their plan. Patience is a virtue in trading. It allows strategies to unfold and protects capital from being frittered away on low-quality trades. Lack of it is a sure way to lose money. Lastly, the pain of regret can be a powerful psychological burden. Traders might regret missing a profitable trade, which can lead to chasing the next move impulsively, FOMO. They might regret taking a loss, which can lead to revenge trading. Or they might regret not holding a winning trade longer, which can lead to greed in subsequent trades. This constant looking back and dwelling on past mistakes or missed opportunities prevents the trader from focusing on the present moment and executing their current plan effectively. Learning to accept past outcomes, learn from them, and move on without emotional baggage is crucial for mental well-being and consistent performance. Section 5. Forging Mental Steel, Practical Strategies for Emotional Mastery. Developing emotional mastery in trading is not about suppressing emotions, but rather about acknowledging them and managing their influence on your decisions. One of the most effective strategies is meticulous planning and preparation before the trading day even begins. This involves defining your trading setups, entry and exit criteria, and risk management rules like stop-loss levels and position sizing when you are calm and rational, away from the live market's emotional pressures. Having a clear plan acts as an anchor. When emotions flare up during trading hours, you can refer back to your predefined rules, which helps in making objective decisions rather than impulsive ones. This preparation is like a soldier checking his gear before battle. Another powerful technique is the practice of mindfulness and meditation. Regular mindfulness exercises can help traders develop greater self-awareness, enabling them to recognize rising emotions like fear or greed before they escalate and take control. Meditation can improve focus, reduce stress, and foster a sense of calm, even amidst market volatility. Even a few minutes of deep breathing or mindful observation before a trading session or during a break can make a significant difference in maintaining emotional equilibrium. It helps to create a mental space between an emotional trigger and the subsequent reaction, allowing for a more considered response. This is truly a game changer for many. Maintaining a detailed trading journal is also an invaluable tool for emotional management. This journal should record not just the technical details of each trade, entry, exit, profit, and loss, but also your emotional state and thought processes before, during, and after the trade. Were you feeling anxious, overconfident, impatient? By regularly reviewing your journal, you can identify patterns in your emotional responses and see how they correlate with your trading outcomes. This self-reflection is crucial for understanding your unique psychological triggers and developing specific strategies to counteract them. You become your own psychologist in a way. Finally, implementing strict risk management protocols is a non-negotiable aspect of emotional control. Knowing that you have a predefined limit on how much you can lose on any single trade or in a single day can significantly reduce the fear of catastrophic loss. When you know your risk is contained, you are less likely to make fear-based decisions. For example, never risking more than 1 to 2% of your trading capital on a single trade is a common guideline. This disciplined approach to risk protects your capital, which in turn protects your emotional well-being, allowing you to trade another day without excessive stress or panic. It keeps you in the game. Section 6. The Blueprint for Success: Discipline, Routine, and Process. Success in trading is rarely a result of sporadic brilliance or lucky guesses. It is built on a foundation of unwavering discipline and a consistent routine. Discipline in trading means adhering strictly to your predefined trading plan, regardless of emotional impulses or market noise. This includes following your entry and exit rules, honoring your stop-loss orders without fail, and managing your position sizes according to your risk management strategy. It means doing the right thing, as per your plan, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. This kind of discipline is not easy to cultivate, but it is the single most important differentiator between consistently profitable traders and those who struggle. Establishing a daily and weekly routine can greatly support trading discipline. This routine might include pre-market analysis, reviewing your trading plan, setting alerts for potential setups, and checking economic news. During trading hours, it could involve focused execution without distractions. Post-market, the routine could include journaling your trades, reviewing your performance, and preparing for the next day. A consistent routine helps to automate good trading habits, reducing the cognitive load and making it easier to stay disciplined. It creates a structured environment that minimizes the chances of making impulsive, emotion-driven decisions, ensuring you are always prepared. A critical aspect of building discipline is to focus on the process, not solely on the outcome of individual trades. The market is inherently uncertain, and even perfectly executed trades according to a sound plan can result in losses. If your emotional state is tied to the profit or loss of each trade, you will experience a roller coaster of emotions. Instead, by concentrating on flawlessly executing your well-tested trading process, you detach your self-worth from random outcomes. If you follow your plan diligently, you have succeeded in terms of process, even if a particular trade ends in a loss. This process-oriented mindset fosters consistency and resilience. For example, consider a trader, let's call him Mr. Anand. He developed a system that historically won 60% of the time with a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Initially, after a few losses, he would get disheartened and start tweaking his system. But after understanding the importance of process, he focused only on executing his plan flawlessly for the next 20 trades. Some were losses, some were wins, but by sticking to the process, the probabilities worked in his favor over time and he achieved profitability. His shift from outcome focus to process focus was key. This dedication to the how, rather than just the how much, is what separates the professionals from the amateurs in the long run. Section 7. The Guiding Hand. How Mindset Coaching Elevates Trading Performance. While self-help strategies for managing trading psychology are valuable, sometimes traders need external support to overcome deep-seated mental blocks and accelerate their development. This is where mindset coaching for traders comes into play. A specialized trading coach, particularly one with a strong understanding of psychology, can provide personalized guidance, accountability, and tools to help traders identify and address their unique psychological challenges. They act as a mirror, reflecting back patterns of behavior and thought that the trader might be unaware of or unable to change on their own. This professional guidance can make a world of difference. A mindset coach helps traders delve into the root causes of issues like fear, greed, or impulsivity. For instance, a persistent fear of loss might stem from past negative experiences or even deeper-seated beliefs about money and security. A coach can work with the trader to uncover these underlying factors and develop targeted strategies to reframe limiting beliefs and build emotional resilience. They might use techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy, neuro-linguistic programming, or performance psychology to help the trader cultivate a more resourceful and objective mindset. This is not just vague advice, but structured intervention. One crucial role of a trading coach is to provide accountability. It is one thing to know what you should do, but quite another to consistently do it. A coach helps bridge this gap by setting clear goals with the trader, monitoring their progress in implementing new habits, and providing constructive feedback. Regular check-ins and discussions keep the trader focused and motivated, especially during inevitable periods of drawdown or frustration. This supportive relationship helps traders stay on track and avoid slipping back into old, destructive patterns of behavior when the pressure mounts. Consider Priya, a talented analyst who consistently identified good trading opportunities but struggled with premature profit-taking due to anxiety. Her coach helped her understand that her anxiety was linked to a fear of regretting not booking a profit if the market turned. Through guided exercises and reframing techniques, Priya learned to trust her analysis more, set realistic profit targets based on her strategy, and manage her in-trade anxiety by focusing on her process rather than a fluctuating profit and loss. Her profitability improved significantly, not because her analysis changed, but because her mindset did, thanks to the coach's intervention. This shows the practical impact of good coaching. Section 8. Journeys of Transformation, Real Traders, Real Psychological Shifts. The impact of mastering trading psychology is best illustrated through real-life examples of traders who transformed their performance by addressing their mental game. Take AJ for instance, a young, aggressive trader who initially experienced some quick wins. This early success bred overconfidence and greed. He started taking huge risks, abandoning his stop losses, convinced he could outsmart the market. Predictably, a series of devastating losses followed, wiping out a significant portion of his capital and shaking his confidence to the core. He was on the verge of quitting, feeling like a complete failure in his trading journey. AJ then sought help and began working on his psychology. He was forced to confront his overconfidence and the illusion of control. He started by drastically reducing his position sizes and recommitting to a strict risk management plan, never risking more than 1% of his capital on any trade. He also began meticulous journaling, noting his emotional state during each trade. Slowly he shifted his focus from chasing big, quick profits to aiming for consistent, disciplined execution of his strategy. It took months of conscious effort, but AJ eventually rebuilt his capital and, more importantly, developed a resilient and humble trading mindset. His transformation was not about finding a new indicator, but a new self-awareness. Another example is Sunita, a part-time trader who was crippled by the fear of loss. She would spend hours analyzing charts, identify perfect setups, but then hesitate to enter trades. When she did enter, she would use excessively tight stop losses that would get hit by normal market volatility, or she would exit profitable trades at the first sign of a pullback, leaving substantial profits on the table. Her trading account was slowly bleeding. She felt frustrated because her analysis was often correct, but her execution was flawed due to fear. She knew something had to change drastically with her approach. Sunita started working with a trading psychology coach. Together, they identified that her fear stemmed from a perfectionist mindset and an intolerance for uncertainty. The coach helped her embrace the probabilistic nature of trading and understand that losses are an unavoidable part of the business. She began using visualization techniques to mentally rehearse successful trade execution and practiced mindfulness to manage her anxiety during live trading. She also started using wider, strategically placed stop losses based on market structure rather than arbitrary fear. Gradually, Sunita's confidence grew, her hesitation diminished, and she began to execute her trades with greater conviction, finally aligning her results with her analytical skills. Section 9. The Enduring Victory, the Long-Term Gains of a Mastered Trading Mind. Mastering trading psychology is not a one-time fix. It is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and continuous improvement. However, the rewards of this endeavor extend far beyond just improved profit and loss statements. The long-term gains of cultivating a strong trading mindset are profound and can positively impact many areas of a trader's life. One of the most significant benefits is enhanced decision-making ability under pressure. The skills learned in managing emotions and biases in the fast-paced trading environment are transferable to other high-stakes situations, making one more composed and rational overall. Another enduring victory is the development of profound self-awareness. The process of examining your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in relation to your trading activities leads to a deeper understanding of yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and patterns. This heightened self-awareness is invaluable. It allows you to proactively manage your responses not just to market events, but to life's various challenges, fostering greater emotional intelligence and personal growth. You learn what makes you tick, and how to work with your own nature rather than constantly fighting against it, which is a truly liberating experience. Furthermore, a mastered trading mindset cultivates incredible resilience. Trading is fraught with uncertainty and inevitable setbacks. Learning to navigate losses, recover from drawdowns, and maintain a positive and proactive outlook in the face of adversity builds mental toughness. This resilience helps traders stay in the game for the long haul, weathering market storms that might cause less psychologically prepared individuals to give up. This ability to bounce back, learn from mistakes, and keep moving forward is a hallmark of successful individuals in any field, not just trading. It's a skill for life, taught through the markets. Ultimately, the pursuit of trading psychology mastery leads to a more sustainable and fulfilling trading career. It transforms trading from a stressful, emotionally draining gamble into a structured, manageable business. By controlling your internal environment, you gain a sense of control over your trading destiny, even though you cannot control the markets themselves. This leads to reduced stress, increased enjoyment of the process, and the potential for consistent, long-term financial success. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle whatever the market throws at you, because you have mastered yourself, is perhaps the greatest victory of all.